probably just put them inside out.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah, they do look a little different.
Feel me?
Look a little better.
Yeah, that look a lot better. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm glad you did
So
that.
for everybody out there are left and right socks.
Especially for
You
men.
just gotta pay attention.
Especially for
most men's socks is left, right specific. I can't even hold you.
Yes, absolutely. You just gotta pay attention.
If you get high quality socks, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless
They
you
got a
get-
logo.
Nah, what's wrong with the straight white tubies?
Nah, I got those straight white tubies.
Straight white tubies.
What's wrong with the tan Target joint?
The tan tarp?
Okay.
The tan Target.
That's the
They the can woman.
The hand woven little fake Yeezy socks.
Fake Easy socks.
You can't say hand woven and fake Yeezy socks. You gotta take a struggle.
They are hand woven.
Nah, hand woven not a struggle. That's love.
Hand woven is definitely.
Just let it be hand woven, but don't be
Nah.
fake Yeezy too. I feel
Why
like
it can't be fake Yeezy?
fake Yeezy is disrespectful to the hands that wove them socks.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. 'Cause they work hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to give a fuck about no Yeezy.
Pitched as a imitation.
Just to be almost Yeezy? Come on, man. Nah.
Whoever wove these joints, they work hard. Just
One
to
thing
be
I
imitation.
one thing I will
Yeezy
say.
ain't never wove no socks.
Exactly.
Exactly. We don't know.
Now we know for a fact.
He can
fucking
We
socks.
don't know what a genius do.
I'm gonna tell you what. I don't
He
give a
definitely
fuck.
genius.
That's fine.
Fuck them hands.
Okay.
You feel me? Make
I
my
appreciate
fucking
the
socks, bitch.
Capitalist at his finest. Make my socks.
Make my socks. You get a wage.
You can wait.
You got a living
I can
wage.
call him what I want to call him.
You feel me, bitch?
Bitch, y'all, wove these, nigga. What is it? What's the past tense?
Well, weed my shit.
Weed these motherfuckers.
Weed
Yeah.
these bitches.
Weed these shit.
Woven?
Yeah, no, weed these. Yeah, more
I
optimized.
like that. I like weed these. Weave thy socks.
Optimal.
Bitch.
Oh, you
More
remember
optimized.
Optimal. Nice.
More optimized.
Y'all niggas is crazy.
Weave these shits to their most optimized.
That's
Nigga.
funny. He said,
Damn,
bitch.
all that from asking how y'all day was.
How was your day?
Hand woven.
My day was
Day was
my,
down.
what
I was
I
outside all day. What did that get to?
So my son got a new car for his birthday. Shout out to my son Brady, and just turned 4 on Saturday.
I was there. He was lit.
He got a car for his birthday, so he was outside whipping out around. Then I was checking out.
Your son's 4.
Yeah.
Our kid's so great.
Yeah, they are.
And then I was taking out the trash all day, like cleaning out my basement. Then I went to a baseball game.
Baseball, like a real
That's
baseball game, or
fun.
like
Little kid baseball
Oh,
game.
that shit, but
That shit was terrible. It was freezing cold. That's why I said I was outside all day.
Oh,
who kid
yeah.
was it?
Because he wasn't just like sitting out in the sun, you sitting in shade.
Sitting in the shade,
Yeah.
bro. It was like they put the
I thought it
field
was like Lil
on
Zig
the
or
G.
something.
Nah, that nigga need to be doing this.
They turned the AC up.
Most
basically.
definitely.
Yeah.
But my day was lit.
It do be trapped wind inside the baseball fields.
You think so?
Yeah, because the top is open. It's the physics of it all. The top is open, but there's no like windows or anything on the sides.
But no, like we're outside. Like
that's what I'm saying. So the wind of outside is low key being housed in this space. You
I
get
don't
what
know
I'm
if
saying?
I agree.
Wait,
with
what are you
that.
talking about?
Like,
The dome?
There.
Wait, what are you?
I'm talking about baseball fields. So like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, an example, it could be hot outside, but somebody's house could be cold.
That's
Because it's
insulation.
trapped. Right, so that's a form of insulation. That's a form of like trapped air. Because on the outsides, there's no way for the air to get out, but it's all coming in from the top.
But I'm saying is that we already outside. Like it's not like it's nets or anything like that. It's like a fence.
Yeah.
And that's not stopping nothing. It's cold.
That was already outside.
Yeah.
I don't know where you was going with that.
So she thought you was at
Yeah,
Fenway.
they wasn't that
Nah, we wasn't at Fenway.
You wasn't at Fenway Park.
Okay.
You talking about like a
Oh,
stadium?
so it was a small. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was
okay,
at a little
yeah,
kid's
yeah,
game.
Child's
right,
game,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad.
You gotta keep up.
Bar a little bit.
I can't wait till my son start playing all that shit. My son will play everything.
That's lit. I love it when people do that, like put their kids in every sport, because you never know what they're gonna like.
He's gonna be good at it. As a kid, all you gotta do is be athletic and you'll be good. So I already know my son's gonna be good, and especially up
And
into
being
the middle school
athletic
level,
really
he's gonna
just
be
means
dominant.
using your energy properly. That's what I really feel like what athletes do. They just use their energy properly. Because we all have the ability to be an athlete, but are you get what I'm saying? Are you using that energy?
We all have the ability.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Divulge.
Let's not.
Let's get into that.
So what makes an athlete? An athlete is someone who plays a sport, who is in a sport. So unless you're in a sport, you're not an athlete, but you have the potential to be an athlete if you have a working body.
No,
Not true.
everybody can't be an athlete. Too much go into being.
No, you could.
No, what I'm saying is you can have.
No, you could participate in a sport and not be an athlete.
Very true.
Huh?
That's very true. You can participate and not be an athlete at all.
Yeah.
So you could be athletic.
So anybody
You
pick
can
up a
be on an
tennis
athletic
racket
team that don't make you an athlete.
You pick up a tennis racket and hit a tennis ball. You're a tennis player.
If I play tennis.
No. If you pick up,
do you ball?
No. I'm asking.
Are you a baller?
I consider myself a hooper.
Because you hoop.
Let's
consider
go.
myself an athlete.
Okay.
Huh?
You don't consider yourself an athlete, but you hoop on a regular basis.
Look.
Like you have
I'm
scheduled
asking-
hooping.
You don't.
You schedule your hoops.
So for
like,
to be an athlete, that means you have to be good
because
at
if
the
he was
sport.
in front of Kyrie Irving,
yes.
if he was in front of Kyrie
If he
Irving,
was in front of, not even
If he was-
Kyrie, bro. If you put him in front of like,
So there aren't
a nigga
ass
who play at the
athletes.
crop,
Alright, now I think we're talking about two different things.
semi-protein, like it might be.
Now I think we're talking about two different things.
if you was in front of Kyrie Irving, would you feel as comfortable being
No,
like, oh,
it's
I'm a
not about the
basketball
level.
player?
No, but that's
It
not.
is
Or
about
I'm an
No.
I'm an athlete that
There's
JD
levels to be an athlete, of
JD,
course.
listen,
Exactly.
there are levels, but you are still athletic. If you're
You can
athletic,
still
you're
be
athletic.
Now, that's
athletic and not
wait,
be
time
athlete.
out. And now that's everyone might have the ability to be an athlete, but not everyone. That's
That's
plays
like
a sport is
No,
athlete.
Anybody
listen,
that's getting the booth.
y'all
That's
not missing-
athletic.
I think y'all missing what I
Athletic
said.
is reserved.
What I say is that
For
everyone has
those
the
who are
ability.
athletic.
You just
Everyone
gotta
has
be
the ability.
athletic.
Honestly, if you have a working body, you have the ability to do anything you want. So you do have the ability
You have
to
the
be an
ability, but
athlete.
at that point in time,
You
are
have the
you?
potential.
No,
Yeah.
that's not.
Not
That was
the
never
ability,
my
you have the
concern.
Some
potential.
niggas, regardless, like you got a body. Like we done grew up playing like little league sports, high school sports, and we see niggas who played with us since 5th grade to 12th grade, and they were just uncoordinated.
They
Like,
just not athletic.
you just can't
Not an
play.
athlete.
Your body,
about the body
they
coordination.
might not even had a good like body.
Yeah,
But-
and
but
they just weren't.
You
Putting
just
it in
can't
motion
run,
is
bro.
two
You just don't
different
know how to
things.
run, bro. You just
You don't know how to run. You don't know how to
you
shoot
just
the
don't know how to
basketball.
run and catch something at the
And you
same time.
participate
It's
all the
not
time.
I don't know. I think
Nah.
about it in the terms of like a growing person. If you're 5 years old and you're watching other people run, you will run.
Listen,
now,
you
whether
talking
you
about-
can run as fast as the next 5-year-old is different. But that right there at 5 is the ability to be an athlete. Because if you run better, if you become disciplined over time.
different. That's just where our definition.
Yeah, I'm a
I'm
worse
not
person,
gonna
so
call
I'm
five.
definitely.
Yeah, I think it's a
That's
skill
just-
involved.
I'm a
That's just
worse
like
person.
calling
my-
I'm a worse person.
I'm a worse
a middle
person
school
too.
hooper.
So all we
athlete?
have to do is define
No.
athlete. Athlete doesn't
That's-
say the
that's-
level.
Yes, that's got to be our base point.
But you
We
define.
got to define athlete. What's
I
an
got
athlete?
you.
She defined. No.
No, we
gotta-
want to define it with
Right
red
now,
books.
what are we defining an athlete as?
You waiting for Webster?
I'll
No,
Wait,
just
wait.
Oh,
what do you
Because
think?
I have my own definition.
Yeah, what is yours? And let's work off
She
that.
looking something up too.
So
Yeah,
the,
I'm looking up.
so the
definition of
criteria
athlete.
that makes you an athlete in a particular sport is like you reach a level of competence and you reach a level of hours of participating in a sport on not just on like a practice level, but playing in competition, playing in organized
Right.
athletic sports. That's when you can. Like I play tennis, I
Which is
coach
why I would
tennis,
consider
but
myself
I'm
an
not.
athlete. I say
Like
I'm
my
a hooper,
tennis
but
coach, my high
not
school
really-
tennis coach, I play tennis and I coach tennis. And my high school tennis coach would say, "We play tennis, but we're not tennis players because we're not ranked on the US PTA above 3.7.
It's
No,
a level of competence. I like that.
I
We
agree.
tennis, but
I
we're not
agree.
tennis players.
We
I
play
agree.
tennis and we can teach
Just
people how
like you
to
can
play.
swim, but you're not a swimmer.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, and I'm not.
I was a
disagreeing.
lifeguard and was never a swimmer.
What I'm saying is, right, at some level, if you strip everybody of every thing that they've learned, they have the ability to
The
learn.
potential. Say the potential.
Okay, the
Don't say the
potential. You're right.
ability.
You're right. Because ability means that it's innate.
No. The ability also means that the potential is tapped into and achieved.
Okay. I agree. See now
you
we're
gotta
diving
put-
into the work.
People want to do things and then don't put in the work and have the capabilities, but you don't have the ability if that potential hasn't been manifested by actually doing the work.
Put that time in.
Okay, like you can have a business mindset but not be a business.
Yeah,
person.
you can be a business-minded person,
but
work for
your
other
action,
people, and
your action don't
help be a career coach and never be an entrepreneur on your own.
Yeah.
Or you could be doing like this and doing your actual business. While entrepreneurs, but you gotta get this and that. And meanwhile, we just doing it. We gonna make some mistakes, but we doing it now. You know what I mean? Niggas will try to get everything analysis paralysis. And it's like, they never get started because they trying to get everything perfect before they start.
Where
I
did
did
you,
that for longest.
I got a question. Where did you get that from? Analysis paralysis.
I know corporate America.
Okay.
Where you get it from?
Quincy Jones.
Okay. The Great Quincy.
The Great Quincy.
What was the context?
So I was in Will Smith's book when he first got introduced to Quincy Jones and everything like that.
Oh,
it was
Will?
in Will's actual book. He was explaining how one night he was at like some Grammy or Oscar party or whatever party at Quincy Jones' house, and on the spot he just had Will Smith audition in front of everybody, like to be the Will Smith of the Fresh Prince, and people was like trying to wasn't really moving quick, and he was saying like analysis for paralysis or whatever how the saying goes.
They were like in their head too much.
Yeah, it's like just don't think, just do. You feel me? Like
just be natural, right?
Exactly. So, shout out to Quincy.
I like that because it's almost like you feel at every shot you don't take. So like I'd rather you take the shot than just kind of sit back and watch everybody else and think you're gonna learn that way.
Right. And I would say for analysis paralysis, the way I was describing it's like, you have people and like online and they're giving all of this advice on how to do certain things. So once you get that, you got to be super prepared before you go into this arena. And it's like they never really define what the preparation is, or they give you so many steps on what they did over the course of maybe a year. And now like you never start because you looking at what their whole year consisted of and trying to really map that out before you begin starting the business. You want all your ducks in a row. I gotta have the logo, I got the business name, I gotta have this, I gotta have all my employees, I gotta have the working capital, I got No, that's not how a business is gonna grow. Yeah, having those things in mind as you go down the road, like, is important. But taking a leap of faith and knowing that you don't have all the tools is the number one thing that you would need in order to have a thriving business. Because if you never know when to start, even when you don't have everything, you'll never start. Like you'll literally never start because you think that you're gonna need, I just need this one other thing, and then I'm gonna be right. And then by the time you get that, you done lost a couple things that you had at first,
and you're gonna need some more,
and you need other shit, and you never feel like you're right.
No, that's real.
Facts, bro. I agree. Before we actually do start the show, I was watching fucking Viola Davis Breakfast Club right now.
Yes, me too. Hard, right?
Yeah. Most definitely. And she was saying like when people, when people die, like bless you, their biggest like regret is like saying they never took enough risks or really lived their life to their fullest potential. And that's something I don't ever want to look back on my life and say like, damn, I never really became the best me I could be because I was too scared and never took chances and shit like that. Not a nigga like me, bro. I'm going out like a cowboy.
Some things I'm scared of, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just not gonna do. Like roller coasters and fucking
roller coasters.
Yeah.
What? You gotta.
We was talking about fulfilling life
because I didn't like.
When I was younger, I was forced to many times, and I did it.
And they're great. Got off safe every time. Wow.
So scary. First of all,
they became
having
great.
a fear of heights is a real phobia for some people, and it's a different.
You're not really even up there that long though.
It don't matter. I literally,
You on airplanes.
No, but the difference is I go to sleep. I'm not finna go to sleep on a. I do every single airplane.
You go to sleep
before the airplane. Before it take off, I'm asleep. I promise you, I be so zooted before the plane takes off, and I travel so much. But before the plane takes off, I might not even pack until the day of because I need to.
I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like I seen a couple of your posts. You posting window seat.
Yeah, that's afterwards. Listen, I'll
You're
wake
in the
up
air, higher than every roller coaster.
Bro, all I'm saying is
higher than every roller coaster in the world.
All I'm saying is that roller coaster.
And the roller coaster attached to something. This plane just in the air. And you comfortable just taking a picture.
The airplane is a lot higher than every roller coaster in existence.
What you say?
That's uncomparable.
A plane is going at a steady.
So don't say it's heights.
That's like
don't say it's a fear of heights.
You're also
I'm still
in
outside.
something. You can be on a roller coaster, bro. Your feet dangling in the air.
And I'm
That's
looking.
a part of the ride, though, bro.
I'm pretty sure niggas would want to be on the airplane if they took you on the wing and said, "Yo, you got a clamp."
But you got a seat. It's
No,
always a seat.
I would never.
Yeah, bro. You took you to the wing and said, "Yeah, bro, you gonna sit right here for 2 hours. Go ahead." You wouldn't want to be on that shit.
No,
That's
It's not 40
at a smaller
That's
like
not what
degree. You're still
That's
sitting
not the
there
point
with
we're
a
saying.
with
We're
a
saying
small
that it's not
bill.
the height.
Well,
It's
listen,
not
I
that.
don't know.
We know an airplane is safer than a roller coaster.
Okay, exactly.
Wait,
So that's why I'm saying.
no, it's not.
Yes,
No, it is not.
Yes,
I
We
didn't
can
think so.
check this. These
Time
are
out.
facts.
Yes,
We can check. These are facts.
As a means of travel, bro.
As a means of travel, it's safe. It's the safest way to go.
I agree with that.
So how is a roller coaster safer than that?
Because that's compared to other transportation. We can look up percentages.
Time out. An airplane
Statistically, is the safest way to travel. Yes.
It's the safe. Well, roller
So
coaster is not a means of travel.
I'm gonna get to the other side of the park.
What
I'm gonna
happened?
take the flume ride.
That's
I'll get on
not
stuff like that.
Wait, what you just look up?
I'm looking up what's more safe.
statistically,
An airplane or
airplanes
roller
are more safe than any other. Well, they're definitely more safe than cars, but that doesn't mean they're less scary.
Like boats.
Right, I get that.
We're talking about.
But why do you think they're safer?
I don't think they're
Nah,
safer
it's a
than.
fact.
All right.
A
Can you have
roller
a
coaster.
seat, bro?
Yeah.
Because
that just made me tight. Roller coasters, no way a roller coaster is less safe than an airplane.
It's not. No
Airplanes
I think it
can
is.
land and crash.
An airplane is maintenance way more than a roller coaster is. So
That's not true.
That's
I
not
Says
true.
who?
Okay, well, even
I feel like that's
Making
just
stuff up.
I feel like that's a
We will
given,
want-
though.
we will
We're
want
talking
that
about
to
a
be the
roller
truth.
coaster who's only operational for a season, as compared to a plane. No,
That's
it's
not-
not.
no, Planes do go in and out of commission.
But
Let's
we're
not act like
talking
that.
about Jersey though. Like
Planes
Jersey
go in
is
and out of
open
commission.
till
Six
December.
Flags is closed right now.
But it's
No, it's
open.
not.
No, it's not. It might have just opened, but they were closed. Clemson Park
So-
was closed last week.
I'm about to say.
Roller coasters be
But
closed.
like, so you mean a season? It ain't. No, it's only closed for a season.
So how often do you
Well,
think they
okay,
get? How often do you think
okay.
they get maintenance for real?
It's
How often?
closed for a season.
Let me say something. Let me
They
say
closed
something. Let me
after
say
Halloween and
something.
don't
Real
open
quick.
again until damn near like Labor Day.
December. No, they be closed.
They close in October.
They be open in December though.
They do be. They got Christmas Eve
Yeah,
stuff,
Bro,
Like,
every theme park I've ever seen
Six
closes
Flags.
after like
You
Flags.
thinking of a water park?
Okay, so
like,
listen.
they close after Halloween.
Listen,
like, all right, that's
That's
it.
gotta be a water park.
Can I say something?
Yeah, listen.
All right.
I'm talking about Dorney.
So, anxiety is a real thing,
That's fact.
and it is induced by different factors, and it can be reduced by a lot of factors. When I am on a plane, I spend all my time on the plane sleep. You catch me maybe once or twice waking up and being like, oh, I gotta pee. So let me go pee, and then when I come back, I'm gonna take a picture and go back to sleep.
Pop another perk.
But I don't be popping perks. But
on the plane, man.
but that's on a plane. On a roller coaster, you're literally
You'll look out
hearing,
that window and be like, damn, I'm high.
listen to what I'm saying. On a roller coaster, it's just you and a seatbelt, and then clinking, a bunch of metal, like just stuff that sound like it's about to break underneath of you.
Bro, that's a
Motherfuckers
part of
screaming
the
before and
experience.
after you.
Bro,
you
I
feel like
promise
you're
you,
about
I
to come out
promise
your
you.
body
I
because
promise
you're
you,
being
if they
thrown
wanted
in
to,
the
they
air.
could make a roller coaster that without none of that noise.
I
none
promise
of that.
you, there
That
were
would be
theme
called a
parks
train.
that were shut down because the roller coasters weren't safe. I promise
And
you
that's
that
why
just
they, and
recently.
so they shut them down.
But
You don't get in on. You don't get on
no, that's
them.
not. Listen, that's
You
not
don't
the
get on
point.
them.
All I'm saying is
I'm not
you
risking
never
my life
been on a
that
roller
way.
coaster.
I don't care what y'all do with y'all's. And I don't discourage roller coastering. If you want a roller coaster,
What did you find when you was
roller
Google
coaster.
searching? Because you didn't even
It
say
was a
that.
bunch
So
of
that leads me to
opinions.
believe
Did
that.
you die though?
Talk to him.
Ay, Dios mío.
Talk to
So
him.
they
She
want me
didn't
to
tell
come
us.
back from the dead when I do, if I did,
No,
and be
the
like,
point will
see,
be
this is
proven.
why.
Like
I'm
how?
not finna just go try to die. To
There's
prove
life
the point.
on it.
No, I'm not betting my money.
I'll bet
on
my
that.
life on it. I promise you, I'm getting
Of
off
course
the
you
next
would.
flash ride. Give me a flash pass.
I need the flash pass.
I can't find nothing on Google. It's a bunch of opinions because I don't think this is like sizable.
Yeah, you can't.
Because to
compare
be
airplanes
honest,
to
a roller
That's
coaster,
just
like
stupid.
the time frame, all of that, and then not only that, but there would be some theoretical people to say that a car ride is more dangerous than actually being on an airplane.
It's
absolutely
I.e., the car ride
It
to
is.
the actual place is technically more dangerous than getting
What-
on a plane.
It is.
But
I
theoretically,
agree.
that's what people will
Theoretically.
say.
No, that's true.
I'm
That
saying,
makes
like,
sense,
it
though.
crashed through
So
my
does that
roof
not
and
make
I
sense?
So
died.
wait,
We agree.
So
I'm
time
not
out.
talking about it.
She,
Yeah, I
she
don't know
said
where we are.
something. She said anxiety is induced by many different factors, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So
The sounds
So
of
time out,
being
real quick,
the feeling in my stomach.
real quick. To that end, the level of danger that you're in, statistically or theoretically, isn't like what creates the actual anxiety.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I
because
wouldn't care
if a
either
car
way.
ride is statistically more dangerous than a flight,
I'm not
than a
anxiety. I don't
flight
have anxiety.
and
Well,
a
actually,
roller
I do have
coaster.
motion sickness too, but I'm not scared to drive. I'm not scared to be in a car,
Right.
and it's more dangerous than being on a plane
A roller-
or
or a
even
roller
being
coaster.
in a roller coaster.
way
I'm not
more
scared
dangerous
of
than
it.
a roller coaster.
So you're absolutely right. My anxiety is not induced by any sort of
The
factors.
level of
It's
fear,
induced
the
by
level of
what I
danger.
feel like at the time. If I get
Do
on a
you
roller
think
coaster, I
without
feel
those
like I'm about to
traumatic
die.
childhood experiences, you would fuck with roller coasters?
What's a traumatic?
I don't know. You
experience?
said
I don't know. That's the first thing you
I was
brought up.
traumatized because of my anxiety. The anxiety
She was just traumatized for
like, cause I
having
was
to
how
do it.
scared for
Okay.
having to do it. Like doing that and being scared of doing it. That is what
That was
is
the trauma.
That's real ass
It
trauma.
wasn't like she got thrown on and then rolled
No,
back.
That's what it
wasn't-
sounded like.
It was just a regular ride. And
So
she
you
was
scared of roller coasters?
I'm literally scared of roller coasters.
Okay, so you're not afraid of heights.
People are
No.
afraid.
Well,
There's a lot of people
I
afraid of
won't
roller
jump
coasters,
too
though.
far high in water. I won't do that.
What do you mean?
I mean, I won't do like I
Like
won't,
off a ledge or
like
like a cliff.
yeah, I
or
won't
like
do
diving
that.
boards.
Yeah, I'm that level.
You're not a trampoline type. So you wasn't about
No,
to
I'll get on the trampoline. I'll get on the trampoline because I feel like it's
I won't
safe.
jump too far high.
I won't jump too far high.
That shit like messed me up.
Off of like a cliff or something or anything like that. Like that shit is
I was like,
crazy.
what do you mean you won't
Damn,
jump
so
in
you
deep
afraid
water?
of roller coasters?
No.
That's
Would you
terrible.
go somewhere like tropical and jump off a cliff 20 feet?
I was in a room and I took
Me?
it. I couldn't do it.
Ooh-wee.
And it was
Somebody
only
gotta
like,
push me.
and it was only
Yeah,
like
I
10
do it.
feet.
I'll do it.
You gotta push me.
I'll do it.
And probably not 10 feet. It was probably like 13 feet. Now I think about it.
I do.
20 feet is high.
20
but I
feet is
think-
hard. I'll
I'll
do
be
it.
shaking, but I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I ain't
The
pushing
hardest
it.
part is gonna be coming back up.
So you pussy, you're crazy. You just said I ain't pussy.
That is
Now
gonna be because you gonna go pretty deep. You gonna go like 10
Yeah,
to
bro.
15 feet deep in the water.
Yeah.
I can do that.
You land.
I hope you swim.
Come on, bro. I'm like, I can do it.
Actually,
buoyant.
that's exactly how much you're gonna go. You're gonna go about half of how far you fall.
I'm buoyant.
That's light. I touched
It's not very
the
buoyant at
10
all.
feet at the pool for the
I
bottom.
wasn't
for fun, you feel
born
me?
before, but nah.
That's for fun.
When you was walking on the bottom, you ever did that?
Come on, bro. I sat there.
Okay.
And we just sit there and
Let it
breath
take.
as long
Look
as
at
we
it.
can.
Look, you see it. You see it.
He
Flip
walking
flops.
accordingly.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
That's tough.
I'm like a dolphin.
You know dolphins rape other dolphins.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Let's say
They're not the
I'm just
only
being
ones.
human.
There's like a bunch of species that is like rhinos. Rhinos really like they just take it. Like they don't. I mean,
Yo, I just
how
saw
but
a
what
rhino
is-
hump video on
But my
Twitter
whole
today.
thing is,
That's
what is
crazy.
rape? Do they ask? Does other animals ask?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
They
yeah.
must not.
Transition because we're not about to talk
There's
about
no way to
anyway.
transition this. That's why you just gotta start the
Come
show.
on. Host
What's
it.
going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Go Talk Podcast. It's your boy Stick. I got three of the Goatiest goats in the building. I know. Got my nigga James to the left of me, beautiful Siani to the right, Hank all the way to the far corner. We have a special guest in the building. We have the black accountant himself, big bro, homie of the show, fan of the show, friend of the show, big bro Jamal. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Thank you for coming back to the show.
Yeah,
That's a little
yeah.
insider.
Insider, no, the real outsiders, they lost my footage, man. It's crazy.
Bro, that's why we need an insert, man.
Don't air your grievances like that.
Grievances. Let me be honest.
Hank ain't
I'm
charged,
doing-
so we talk to you in the back.
Yeah, chill out. We talking about the
We
ladies.
got a complaint box.
We do have a complaint box, but it's record of you being here. We took pictures, so it's not. It's not.
I wanted the footage from.
The footage, we can figure something out. We gonna figure
It
something
might have
out.
been some good little nuggets in there.
We gonna figure something
I was
out.
gonna watch it. Yeah.
You can watch this one.
No, for sure. We gonna
Watch this
We're
one.
gonna make another classic.
I mean, we could do like a director's cut of the old one, and we talk over the footage.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Don't even worry about it. Let's make some new.
We can
new
Zack
magic.
Snyder that, but right now, we appreciate you having on today's show right now. Very excited to have you on. I'm not even going to say back on, have you on. So before we do get into anything else, would you like to tell the people what makes you a GOAT? You feel me? Long story short.
So my name is Jamal Naeem. I'm the owner of Safe and Sound Stewards. It's an accounting firm located in Camden. I got My Accountant's Black merchandise line. They was rocking it on the first one. I wish I brought some of them in.
I was in the laundry. I be hooping.
You be hooping in there. That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
you
So
feel me?
these are the good people from Go Talk. You know, they rock some of this stuff. Actually some people on the show actually got some accounting services done this tax season. And maybe you could give a testimony to the service.
Well, it's gonna be biased for me because we friends. So like the whole time you was doing my taxes, we was just talking,
chopping it up.
So like,
But even more so,
This is
just
not
on-
paid promotion.
even more so on the follow up or just maybe the time frame that you got. You know, your stuff. How would you say the whole process?
Everything went smoothly. Everything was accurate. Everything was smooth. I had some problems come up, but that was like because of from my side. And when I hit you up, I got answered immediately. Shit got rectified, and I got my bread like the next couple days.
Would you use the word efficient?
I literally did use the word efficient.
Nice.
See, well, there you have it. That's one of the reasons why I'm a GOAT. I'm a young black accountant. I work with our people. I try to work with small businesses. And, I'm for the community. I'm for financial literacy. And I'm also just for, chopping it up. Like what we about to do.
Yeah, niggas, man.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, man, because learning about bread is something that's always a hot topic, and especially now. And
yeah, where everything is pop culture right now.
So people trying to learn how to flip whatever endeavors they got going on. Just trying to get money off of the things we enjoy doing and things like that. So the fact that you, got your accounting firm and then branded that in a way that you can clothing line, that's like genius to me.
Appreciate that.
Most definitely. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, did you have like a event or something these last couple?
Oh shoot! You talking like I presented at the Small Business Expo, and that was like over by Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cool opportunity. But I'm always vending, whether it be my firm or I'm right upstairs from La Unique Bookstore, so I'll vend for Mr. Miles, like some of the books, because I love literacy anyway. So, I'm always collaborating with businesses and, really networking and vending. So yeah, that event, that Small Business Expo was, I think, two Saturdays ago. And I presented, it was called the Small Business Financial Survival Guide. It was me and Jasmine Brackett from Awesome Taxes. We just pretty much gave like a crash course on some of the things that small businesses need to really get up off the ground, like in terms of tax, in terms of business and credit repair, and all things financial, like your logo, all things small business, like your logo and financial statements and mission statement, vision statement, those things that really, when you're a small business, really give you brand identity.
Okay, that's tough that you was able to get yourself out there and speak to people like that. So speaking to that small business, or just anybody thinking about start entrepreneurship, what would you say is the best piece of advice or one nugget or gem that you can give somebody that's actively trying to grow and make something from nothing?
Have your why ready. Like, know why you going into the business. Like, know why. And then after you know why, like, be willing to take the leap of faith, and like whatever it is that you're doing right now to earn money, like if you W-2 employee or whatever it is, convert that same amount of effort into your business. Or if you want to thrive, like me, I'm self-employed, like full-time entrepreneur. Like if you want to be a self-employed full-time entrepreneur, you have to divest like whatever energy you had into whatever you were doing before and reinvest that energy into your business, like full time. Like, and even when you feel like you're tired, just being present and like just always trying to be active and professional in whatever it is that you do, because like a lot of times it'll feel like, yo man, I'm like, dang, I wish I could just go back. But once you already told people, look, I'm an accountant now, like somebody come to you with an accountant need and you already engage with them in client, professional service kind of like dynamic, you can't just act like you're not about to do.
Nah, bro, I'm flip burgers now. I'm good.
you gotta stay committed to it. You know what I mean? You gotta. So that's what I would say. Stay committed to whatever you're doing, and that's why your why is important. Because if your why is just like you want bread, then you will go to flipping burgers, because it's like there's gonna be times where the bread ain't coming in like you really want it to. So.
And I think a point that I don't think he's saying like quit y'all jobs when he say like divest that energy or that time. So make sure that y'all like chasing.
I said if you want to be a self-employed entrepreneur, like me, if you want to just work as an entrepreneur or part-time, just grind, and work your other job as you see fit. But know why you're going into entrepreneurship. I'm not saying that your goal should be to work for yourself as an entrepreneur, because that's not everyone's reality. But if your goal is to have that freedom and you don't want to work for someone else, then don't trick yourself into thinking that you're going to just kind of like put a career on autopilot on the side of you and it's going to be growing exponentially, because it's not. Mm-hmm. If you're not putting effort into it, no one's going to sow into that business. Mm-hmm. People are only going to sow in as much as you do. And people look at me and like they feel like I'm getting it. And that's only because I'm just pounding the pavement every day and posting and really just staying committed to it. So sometimes I'm blessed, like people will bless me because they think I've already arrived, and really, nah. Most of the time I'm like just trying to get to it. I'm just trying to make ends meet. But people are like, yo man, you really doing it. It's like, all right, I guess this is what doing it. It's just staying. So I would say for people who on the outside looking in, it's just staying in there and waiting and being diligent,
Hank, you got any business ideas? Start your own business plans?
No.
You don't have dreams to start your own business?
Not at all, bro. Everybody don't need to have a business at the end of the day, bro. I can get mine off of investments. Nah, I mean like a business like on my own. Yeah, nah. This is a business and this is what I want all my businesses to be like. Where it feel like this not work.
That's a big part.
That's if this is a business, then cool.
It is a business, not if this is a business.
Anyway, yeah, nah,
that's
bro.
gonna come.
This feel like just a side joint. Like I'm chilling with the homies. It's not. Oh, this is a business. I don't look at this like that. If that makes sense.
It's a commitment, right?
It's a commitment. Yeah.
It's things that there's responsibilities that you gotta do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But that's life, though. Responsibility is a part of life.
Yeah, but not everyone answers the call to it.
I mean,
people have responsibilities that they duck, but you prioritize the ones that you want.
Right.
And it's not like this is like just like your literal blood family where you have to be here. You don't have to be here. You made a business decision to be.
They family, bro. They family, bro. So I gotta be here. I gave them my word that I'm gonna do it, bro. I gotta be here.
But that's what I mean. That's the psychological choice that you made. I'm not saying that they're not like your family. I'm not saying this isn't a family environment where you don't feel bound to being here. What I'm saying is you made that choice, like psychologically, and that's the same thing that I do, even with my business. Like Mr. Miles is he's like my grandfather, you know, but that don't mean it's not like I'm not making a business decision when I come in and open up the bookstore for him.
True.
Because I literally don't have to do it, but I do it out of love, you know, and when you're doing business, a lot of times it's going to feel like, all right, it's something that I would do for free, you know, and a lot of stuff in entrepreneurship you actually do for free. So,
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what you were talking about and trying to highlight. Like, majority of the time, the working that you do when you're working on a 5 is different than the working that you do for yourself. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times you don't get paid for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So the psychology of you putting in that same amount of effort to something that you're getting paid, like getting paid per hour, and then putting that into something where it's not guaranteed that you're getting paid, is something that you have to like train yourself to do. Because if you know you're getting paid, it's like, that's why I'm there. Like I don't even want to be there, but I know I'm getting paid. I know this is how I'm going to feed my family, so I'm going to do it. It's much harder to be like, yo, I don't know when I will get paid from this, but my due diligence, God will reward that. And the longer I stay in this, and the longer I market my business and my services, it's going to come. Mm-hmm. That's something like you got to have a lot of faith in yourself. You got to have faith, for me, like in God, in order to feel like, all right, he's going to bless me if I just stay where I'm at, you know.
So you talk about being blessed or, when staying steady. Are you talking about the work that you're doing? Like continuing to do the work or do the work in a certain way? Because for someone, I'm asking this because I want to know if someone wants to be an entrepreneur, self-employed, but their work is not necessarily, how do I word it? Their work is not necessarily the best work that can be done to hit the achievements that they want. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Like doing it to the point where you're doing it because you want an outcome for yourself.
So I was a little fuzzy. So are you saying that they're not that good of a practitioner?
Yes.
So I would say in that standpoint, then you're probably at the hobby stage. And you just have to keep honing your skill. You got to just learn it until you become that professional. And then, like, for every profession, there's, like, some form of certification that you can get.
It's like being an athlete.
Yeah, there's some form of certification. Yeah, it's confidence.
Not competence.
Competence, but it's also, like, the hours. Like, one thing you can never do in life is, like, cheat the amount of hours that you've done something. Because you're always going to meet someone who's done it for a long amount of hours. And you'll always be able to tell the difference between like the amount of hours that you put in them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll, like, if you're competitive like me, it will either inspire you or it might intimidate you and make you feel like, oh, I can't do that. Those are the two things you're going to do. So it's like, when you're not there, like we spoke before, you still got to take that leap of faith and do it and make mistakes. As long as you got some insurance, as long as you guys and you also have a mentor, you got certain people in place that are going to be able to kind of give you some tutelage and put you on the right track. Because at the end of the day, especially dealing with black folk, we don't trust people. So everybody ain't just everybody ain't just gonna hire you to do their books. Everybody ain't gonna just hire you to do their taxes. You have to, one, be able to communicate what it is that you do on a high level and be articulate about what it is that you're doing. And once you deliver that, we still even like, all right, well, maybe you can just sell salt to a snail. Mm-hmm. We don't know. And then you got to continuously prove yourself by doing the work. And I feel like only time and you just putting out your work and your product and just being consistent. That's the only thing that's going to get you to that level. You're not, you're not going to do it unless you do that. You know what I mean?
I heard a question. So, do you think somebody's why and somebody's like end game could be the same? Like end goal, I'm sorry, be the same.
What would define like an end goal?
So, like, I guess like material things, like a bigger house, like cars, money, things like that.
Or what if the end goal is like not theoretical, but what if it's just like a socialist end goal? So like, I want to end world hunger, and then like that's your why, though. Your why is because you
right. You ever go do that though?
Well, that was just an outlandish example.
Yeah.
But do you not think like, because niggas be saying like, with so much money, niggas can't.
It's all fake numbers, bro. There's no way you can even determine that value.
I don't think you could. I don't think you can end world hunger, but to answer your question, I do think
you probably end world
I think
hunger.
you can. The vast majority of people with the most money in the world don't spend.
First of all,
well, then let's not talk like reality. Like people are not gonna put that money up, but like
on top of that, niggas who are like the niggas that are outside right now, like fiend out, doped out, right? These niggas are not even gonna take like they're gonna resist certain shit too. There's other factors outside of like niggas just like not being like in the position. There's other factors, other forces.
Part of me, because when
mental
I think
health,
of world hunger, I think of those terrible commercials.
In the arms of the angels,
bro. And that's the first thing. I ain't thinking I know one nigga on the street, bro. No, I thought it was crying fat Billy
Babies. At that point, a nigga on the street these niggas is choosing.
These niggas just hungry.
These niggas is choosing that shit, bro. It's a lot of
real,
bro. It's so many ways to get help, bro. Like help is growing on trees now. Like you can just go get some.
Is mental health and the disease of addiction, that's a choice?
Not at all.
So let's not be so
that's a chemical.
Let's not be.
I'm not going to say. Listen, it's a disease.
Like,
it is, but like, listen, bro.
It is, but what?
We know it can be conquered.
Like you
can, but like everyone has their own fight, and everybody. There's going to be some
listen, bro. It's people
who
who got it
be
worse,
made
bro.
to be an example.
And there's always somebody who got it worse, bro.
Worse than a homeless.
I don't know where we get it,
bro.
We talking about whatever made you turn to homelessness and whatever made you turn to your
like whatever's in your life that made your family walk away from you.
Like, you got it worse.
Yeah, bro. You're
no matter what.
Not then saying people families
walk away. Crazy. This is a
bro.
Crazy.
I know people personally who parents just up and left them. House full of kids.
I know people on the other side of the coin, so I can't argue for your side.
I know
speak to what I know.
But to say
exactly, like I know people whose parents left them was like, all right, man, I'm gonna figure it out.
Right, but you can't say everybody's situation.
Just because they did it, that was God just made them strong. But that don't mean that everybody in that circumstance is gonna thrive.
I can't say if my parents left me at a certain age.
Respectfully, bro, what do you want me to do?
No, that's not.
But now you're acting like it's on you,
bro.
Versus It's on the actual people who are in the situation who actually are the victims. We're victim blaming at this point.
No, that's not victim blaming.
Because you're looking at people who overcame the circumstance. You're like, see, why can't you be like that?
If I'm being real with you, bro.
Yeah.
If I'm being real,
that's victim blaming.
That can't be the case.
They're not victims.
The exception.
It's at what point?
Exceptions.
At what point are you? At what point in being the victim and you're the victim? Do you say, all right, bro, I gotta help myself?
Exactly.
Like that's what it is.
How do you say that they haven't exhausted those options?
Bro, clearly you
Exhausted
haven't.
the options.
Bro, you need to try harder, bro. I don't know.
How you gonna tell
but
a
at the
homeless
end of the
person
day,
to
bro,
try
everybody
harder?
wakes up with some bullshit on their back that they gotta walk around with.
And at the end of the day, there are a lot of people who are privileged, and you have to understand your own privilege.
There are some people who are privileged and some people are not.
No, there are people. You cannot, just because you can't relate, don't mean that you can't check your own privilege. At the end of the day, this conversation is not humble at all. It's very like we are all privileged, all of us. We all have great families. We all have had great upbringings. Whether we have had to deal with some shit, we've had a great life. We still have a great life. There are people who have had great lives and just fell down on bad times. You cannot say that it's their choice to be on the street. Maybe it was just they literally were on the street for that one day. Are you telling me that the first day that they were homeless, they had another choice? No. You can't even say nothing about a timetable for anybody who's homeless. So this conversation doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Because you can't say because I don't know somebody who fell on hard times and became homeless and couldn't make it out, there's not people who's not like that. There are people who's like that. So we can't, like, putting that out there is not like, that doesn't sit right on my heart at all. At all. It's crazy.
I'm for the accountability, bro. Like, regardless of what happened in any situation, I felt like, especially if you a grown man, willing, able-bodied, bro, no matter what, you can get a job. You can do this. You feel me? Like,
what if you in the system?
What you mean, like
you got a record?
Yeah.
They hiring fellas too.
That's
I
not
work
an
at Stanley
excuse.
Steamer, bro. Half the niggas at my job have murder cases that they came home from. Drug dealers, kingpins, like these niggas is crazy for real, and they clean carpets all day.
Again, you're not checking your privilege. Who has access to a phone? Who has access to the internet? Who has access to clean water to be able to wash their ass so that way they don't stink going to an internet? Who has the motivation to, when you're literally mentally ill, who has the capability of talking to a person regularly like talking to a person? There's not people who are mentally straight like us. And they don't even have the wherewithal to go and get mental help because they can't get physical help to wash their ass. This is crazy.
What we're saying is obviously excluding.
I want everybody to
say what we're saying is obviously excluding mentally ill people and like.
You don't even know.
You know why that's not excluding that? Because time out. Because everybody in the world is on the spectrum that deals with some form of mental health in general. Everyone deals with it to some degree. And then to the other end, most of the people who have fallen on hard times that bad definitely deal with some form of it, maybe on a more chronic level than the next person. And it's been diagnosed. And there's definitely some data that I'm sure that could back up that.
What if that person was drugged and never came back from it? Like literally
didn't
even know.
We gotta shift this interview.
In my head, I'm excluding people who can't think for themselves.
Well, how do you know who's the people who can think for themselves?
I'm not saying that.
This is what I'm saying.
Just saying,
so what are we talking about?
My statement was like was towards the people who are
choosing homelessness.
Not even
literally choosing.
Well, first of all, there are people who do that. Like,
how did you end up here?
Let's be real.
Right. There are people who got on drugs, are hooked on drugs, and that's how they got homeless. At a certain point in time, if you're doing something, bro, and you're losing everything around you, you're like, all right, bro, what the fuck?
As a nigga who lives downtown, I can tell you there are plenty of homeless people who got places to go back to.
Right, but did you know that was a disease too, though? Did you know that it's an illness to want to be homeless because you've been homeless? Do you know that there's people who experience that too? Like that is a mental illness in itself. So this is what it's not a dumb mental illness. It's a real mental illness. Yes, there are people who are trapped in the trauma of being homeless.
Like, oh, I gotta get out of this bed, bro. I need the bench. Where'd it go? Then leave me alone. Then. Why are we having this discussion? Keep going.
It's still a choice being made.
If I got the bed for you and you like, nah, bro, the bench in the crack is calling me. Well, then listen, bro. I see it. Just don't come back here now. Because
that's a disease, though, bro.
And you still.
That's a disease.
So the thing about it is,
either go see a doctor, which I will help you do, or get the fuck out. You feel me?
Somebody else had more mercy for you than that, though. And I'm not saying this person is a person like us, like a walking body, like a human. But all I'm saying is somebody else had more mercy for you than that. So.
That's killing me.
Are you high yet?
You catching on contact, man. You and go.
I don't even know what to say next.
Man, let's get back right. Let's shift back right. Yeah, your background right.
Can we even talk about finances?
Right.
Yeah, we shouldn't even talk about.
I'm well rounded. I do music too. You know, I do a lot of stuff. I talk about this type of stuff.
So let's get into you. So your music. You talked about things that you do, right? We had a conversation just now about like your entrepreneurship and the competence level.
Yeah.
So you feel like what you're doing now, you competent enough, which is why you're an accountant. Mm-hmm. What other like hobbies do you have that you maybe be building up to be to a competent level to be lucrative off of it? And like, just what do you like to do? What's your hobbies?
Man, well, right now, like I got a hobby, you know, that's gonna like really enrich my mind, and that's reading. I got a hobby for physical wellness, which I play tennis, and I play this new, well, it's not a new sport, but pickleball, which is like kind of like tennis with a little paddle.
Wealth.
That's a wealth game?
Bro, that's a hella wealth game, bro.
That's
pickleball, kill them at the country club, bro.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not gonna lie, I do that.
All the Karens out there.
Yeah, and I kind of do that also because I can get a client base out of that.
Yeah.
Too. But I'm nice at tennis, so it's like it already translates.
Don't go in too dirty, bro.
Are you dominating right now, or just off of like physical?
You know, pickleball is old. A lot of old folks, old money. I play Piscataway.
Oh, so you be out there torturing them?
Nah, but I'm new to pickleball, so there's some nice people. So it's not really, you can't impose your will in a sport like that.
Not pickleball?
Because it's not like a.
It's like pokeball.
It's finesse. It's a lot of finesse. It's a lot of this.
So pickleball is like that. Is that shit like with the little like it's a little like dot thing and it got the little skirt on it?
No, you think about badminton.
That's not over there.
That's more wealth, but
yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Badminton is also wealthy.
No, badminton is for trailer trash.
Okay.
So
what's pickleball? What's pickleball?
Pickleball is like a paddle. It's a net, and there's like the main difference is like this kitchen line that you can't go past, and it's like an actual wiffle ball though, and you serve it. It's very similar to tennis. There's just a few rules that you like have to observe. Like you gotta stay back on the baseline.
Sound like hunky ball to me.
You might be.
You can't use no athleticism, no nigga. You can't run that far. No, you stay right there.
Keep it in line, buddy. Keep it in line.
There is some athleticism.
Arms tucked.
Arms tucked.
So how have you been successful? Like, what's your play style?
Yeah,
man. Y'all don't really know the sport, so it's very difficult.
Nah, but I mean, it might be pickle players out there who might want to know.
My style?
Yeah, what's your play style? If a nigga needs you for a pickle play, a pickle pickup game.
Yo, I would say for me, I'm still like in my tennis mindset. So pickle pickup game is crazy. I'm still in my tennis mindset. I play behind the baseline and I just do a lot of top spin.
Okay, little power moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's dominating. That's
yeah. Okay.
He said, give me the black eye.
Jamal. That's how Jamar? Is it Jamar?
Oh,
I get Jamar a lot. That's crazy. Yeah. And I mean, other than that, I mean, obviously, y'all know I make music. I love music. I love really. I can't say that I've been like really listening to a lot of music right now, and I kind of want to know where y'all at with it. Have y'all been like? I know you guys are hip hop heads.
Nah, I was where you was at as far as listening. Like I wasn't really listening to nothing new. But then Future dropped this week.
What about Pusha T?
Oh yeah, and Push too. Can't forget about but Future shit was so crazy.
Oh, y'all was rocking with it?
I was fucking with it.
I like it. I'm a big
Future
fan
shit
of
is
Future
crazy,
shit.
yo.
I'm a big fan of Future shit too, though.
Yo, I'm right with you, bro. I never liked you.
Oh,
I'm fucking with it.
I don't even think it was that bad, bro. Like as far as misogynistic.
No, misogyny.
The song.
Oh, misogyny. Oh.
Nah, but misogyny. You can talk about the misogynistic vibes on the album.
I thought it was.
I'm about to say Future's desensitized niggas.
Yeah, because he is the misogynist.
I fuck with Future is desensitized.
But like,
Bro,
what do we
I'm
mean
fucking
by
with it, bro.
misogyny? Like, do we like of him embracing like his manhood? Is that what misogyny is?
Is that embracing manhood?
I think it's more so like.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, chill. We was going somewhere else.
Big cape.
Shout out to my nigga Future.
That was big cape right there.
Bro, I mean, but like, to me personally, if all is fair and with men and women have every right to speak about the way they treat men and how they expect to be treated.
All right.
And I feel as though it's nothing wrong for a man to do it. I'm not saying that women and other men should agree with it, but if this is how he living his life, and the women that he's in these relationships with are okay with it.
You heard it first. Go talk.
Yes, but misogyny is a word that has a definition. So
That's what I'm asking,
while we can agree with what he's saying or disagree, the same way we could agree or disagree with what women have to say, I'm sure there's a word to define a woman being a man shamer.
And money still coming in, that bitch misogyny, something like that. Not misogyny. It's just manhood.
Bro, you get to a certain point in life, you got that much bread, you can talk like that.
Not like, but to go.
But that don't mean it's not chauvinism.
Right, like it's not a certain
The level of money that
okay,
like, deters
I'll
you
give
from
you
being
this.
chauvinistic.
I'll give you this. If females can now talk about straight up tricking, like, oh nah, this nigga pays for this, that, and the third,
I don't think
then Future can do the same.
I don't even
That's
like the fact that
that's fine.
That's personally
That's
my
fine.
stance. He can
It's
do the same.
fine.
and I fuck
Anybody
with
can do whatever. But that
Yeah,
doesn't mean you can't define a person by their characteristics.
it. I mean, you gotta separate man from art.
No, but I'm saying that don't mean. No, we're talking about the music.
We talking about,
If we're saying the music content is misogynistic, we're gonna be like, oh well, it's not because women are.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it definitely is.
Because women are tricking. This is not misogyny.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm saying that it definitely is, and it's okay because it's an opposite of it.
That's fine. Yeah, I can
That's
agree
why
with
it's okay.
that. I love you.
That's why I think it's okay.
I'm just saying. We gotta keep it a brick and can't act like.
So I think is too much misogyny a bad thing?
No.
Too much of anything is a bad thing.
Yes.
Yeah, too much of anything is a bad thing, but I don't think Future is there yet. But no.
I think if
No, we're talking about the king of the city boys. We talk about we talk about
toxicity.
If we talking about the pinnacle of this is
But he's a caricature too, though.
Yeah.
He's doing it too. Like it's a
He
part
knows
of
what
his
he's doing.
brand.
Right.
130%.
He probably gotta bathe a lot. Like he probably gotta cleanse himself of like the image that
Nah, he knows that.
The scarier thought is that he might just really be like this.
I'm telling
Singing
like
out like
wait,
30
that's
days.
the scarier
Do
part.
y'all rap?
Nah,
Yeah.
I know
Right,
rap
right?
birds, but
I mean, I'm
So I'm just saying because like I make music and
I make music.
I'm nowhere near like the most edgy person. But maybe that's probably why.
You stepped it out a little bit.
Yeah. But when I do, I feel as though like I can feel a level of conviction. Like when I'm saying things that maybe like are not so closely aligned that how maybe I want people to perceive me. Might be my innermost things. Like maybe things that are within me that I don't want everyone to see. So from that standpoint, I guess when the rabbit's out the bag, it's like, all right, yeah, like Future's like, niggas know that. But, you know, to that end, you still feel it. You know, like when everything that you write, it comes from a place and you still feel it. Like when you put certain messages out into the world, you still feel a way about them, you know? No one can deny that human like part of us that is like, yo, man, this, you know, even though I know that I'm getting a lot of acclaim because I'm being bold, that's what makes Future like likable to a lot of men is because he's saying shit that a lot of people feel but will never say it out loud because, you know, it will make them feel like a scumbag. And if, because I don't have money, it's like, I can't even talk like this in front of women or I'll be like, you know, like a pariah, you know what I mean? But with Future...
Damn, is that why niggas like Future so much?
Some people, there's a psychology.
I think it's some people like that.
There's a psychology. Well, he has great, but he's also just great
I like
though.
the music personally.
Yeah.
He's also just great at making music.
I fuck with his caricature.
I fuck with it too.
I fuck with it, bro. The troll, like if it is a troll, I fuck with that.
I think I like outlandish celebrities because me personally,
But what's the psychology?
I'm saying enough to separate celebrity and character from like that's just a character for what it is.
But he's also advocating for shit that you might not be able to say. That, or he might be saying things that you might feel like. Niggas is talking about wild shit like being drug addict. Like he talks about being on drugs and niggas champion him and act like he ain't. Like if he's doing the drugs that he's talking about, he's next to all the niggas that we was just saying have mental health issues and can't go back in the house.
That's why it's comedy. Like y'all ain't fuck with that Percocet. Molly Percocet.
But
that's what I'm saying.
That shit was hard.
Future aside, because he's on
That shit was
saying that he doesn't do that many
niggas
drugs.
who do that shit will
He's on record.
really actually be on the bench.
The shit was hard.
The niggas that do that real shit, they avoid the couch or avoid the bed and be on the bench. That's what you have to do in order to maintain that level of drug addictness.
They go hard.
Yeah, that's real. There's no way in the world that he does that. What he talks about.
Maybe he does, and he just has enough money.
No,
because
Miles drinks lean all day, every day. Like there's some health.
There's a lot of niggas. No, but
so I don't think he's
I see Gunna. That nigga stay having a cup. This nigga.
Shout out to my nigga Weezy.
Ultimately, you never know what's in these
Weezy days.
Some of these niggas are doing drugs all day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Double Cut Wayne like some of my favorite Wayne.
Some of these niggas is doing drugs all day. Trust me.
I think the number is smaller than what it was,
I think so too.
6 to 8 years ago.
Because
of all the.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't think so.
Even 10.
I think COVID.
Even 10.
I think COVID made a lot of niggas get on a lot more drugs.
Nah, these niggas do be off the druggies. I can't even lie.
The reason why you don't think they on drugs because they so functional.
Nah, I just
they
don't
be
think
on drugs and you just don't know it.
I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, bro. These niggas used to be out and not functioning.
Are we talking drugs or are we just talking about like opioids?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we talking about drugs. Weed is not on this list.
Yeah, we not talking
So like shrooms and psychedelics.
That's a gray area. I don't know.
Is that a gray area? Because it's about to be legalized for recreational
I don't feel a gray
use
area
in Washington.
I don't. Well, first of
That's
all,
where they
listen. First
legalized
of all,
weed at first too.
while you say that, I want you to look what else is legal in Washington.
Yeah,
So
opioid.
yeah,
They just allow them to do anything up there.
They get real cocaine out there as far as legalization.
Cocaine.
So like that's
So
not
I'm
a
asking
good place
y'all.
to
Sugar
start.
booger.
Yeah, they wild.
Shrooms, bro. Go ahead. Do your thing.
So,
I mean, it don't sound
I've
like
never tried them.
so if you do shrooms, are you a druggie?
So I'm gonna say this, right? If shrooms, right?
I'm not asking you. You approve.
Bro,
If
if
you
you're
do shrooms, are
drugs,
you a
I'm gonna
druggie?
tell you. I'm gonna tell you how I look at it, and it's gonna make
you are
sense.
approved. You
No,
don't even
So
say
his opinion don't even.
Nah, but look, I feel like I look at shrooms how like weed used to be looked at back in the 90s or something like that. So I feel like I'm looking at shrooms. That's like my era version of that. But you feel me? I'm gonna smoke my weed.
I'm not eating this.
Yeah, I won't either, bro.
Why not?
I won't either.
I
Just because I'm
honestly, I would
I
like to
smoke
experience
weed.
it. It looks fun.
Okay.
I've seen people do shrooms. It looks fun. Like it looks
There's a
fun
lot.
as fuck.
I seen it.
I'm
Do a
scared.
line.
I'm really scared to try
He
it.
was having the ball.
Bro, I watch niggas shoot. Bro, I watch niggas
in the bathroom.
They was having the ball. I mean,
Nah, no cap.
it didn't look like my type of fun, but he looked like he was having fun.
I don't associate
that was
with
probably
crack,
the
so like,
worst. Like, I'm gonna do a drug excuse.
bro, I don't associate with
Just-
niggas who do crack.
To say some shit is fun.
Yeah,
Bro, I hope like that.
It look fun, bro.
did
Some
meth
drugs
in
don't
the
look
car,
fun,
bro. I
bro.
want to try that.
Bro, some drugs don't look fun. If you see like the end results like crack and heroin and where that shit leads you, that shit not fun.
Right, that's scary.
Anybody I
It'll
know,
be fun at first.
anybody I know who does
Until now you
shrooms,
can't.
they alright.
Somebody come get her.
They chilling.
They chilling.
Yeah,
I ain't get into it. I do
I know
enough of
niggas
my
who do
data
shrooms.
analysis to see how the shroom heads is out here operating.
How the shroom is?
There's no such thing as a shroom man. I can't even
A
imagine.
shroom.
Nah, niggas like take.
Niggas do
So I've done
shrooms
shrooms
all the
like that.
time. No, but a shroom
Like,
man
yeah,
has got to be a
microdosing.
nigga that's doing
Yeah, so you
shrooms as much as they smoke
Yeah,
weed.
no, I would hope. I would hope
you
you
a
not
micro-
popping these bitches like they
So I know
steroids.
people
Like-
personally who microdoses like 2 to 3 times a week. They'll like.
A week, yeah. Nigga, how many times you smoke a
think-
day? That's what I mean. So
maybe
microdosing
it's-
doing 2 times a week is not a high volume of.
But some
doing
people
shrooms.
probably really do like
You think niggas?
off their psychedelics. I
You
don't
think
know.
niggas is doing shrooms daily?
Would you say that's healthy?
You know any nigga that's
Would you
doing
say
a
that's
shroom
is that pushing the
is
line?
Shroom is
It depends on your
Fuck about
lifestyle,
your
right?
taste buds, bro.
It
You
depends
wanna
on
taste
your
it every day?
lifestyles. If you have nothing to
But
do,
it tastes bad.
you could probably
I
really.
heard
It
it
would
tastes
really
horrible.
just be like getting really high every day, bro, with nothing to do. Like,
How well could you function? Not well at all. I know.
I was functional.
Okay,
You
okay.
can function. To me, the experience was like it was a really good positive high. Like think of the best high you got, but the best mood you ever been in. And that was honestly that's really what it was. That's what, like,
See?
but as a high
That's
person,
bad.
That
Like-
sound like risky business.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
but
bad.
but listen, it was most definitely
That
side
sound
effects.
like
Listen
you
to the
love
side
it here.
effects.
What's the side effect?
So
Here.
so I microdosed the whole like a shroom and a half without really knowing, right?
That was a
So-
macrodose.
So like I was
Can
taking
you tell
like
the
pieces.
people what a microdose is? 'Cause we
Like
keep
just
saying-
taking
I
a
think
small
they
dose.
know.
Small
They
dose of,
could-
like-
They could go ahead.
Like a piece or something?
Yeah. Imagine smoking roaches all day. That's what it is. Like
Information.
Like,
All
basically,
right.
just a little two-tag.
you would get high, you would just get high.
So you get high and put it down.
But I didn't really understand that, know that, because I was already high, like off smoking weed. So like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like super high, like off the shrooms. So on a scale of 1 to 10, already smoking weed, let's say I was at 6, 7 ish. Like I was like as high as I can possibly get while smoking weed.
I'm giving the contact.
And then so I was just eating them, and then nothing was happening. I was just still like normal high. I'm telling my sister like nothing's happening. And then my stomach like started hurting. But I didn't know like this is what was told to me like from other people who do shrooms. It's like this is a fungus. It's gonna make your stomach hurt. Like your body is not. You shouldn't be eating this basically.
Oh, I don't want that.
In my stomach, so I wasn't really feeling nothing. So I go home later at night, and I did not sleep. So I go home, let's say like 11:30 at night. I did not sleep. Come around 3 o'clock in the morning, middle of the night. I'm just up laughing.
I think
Don't do drugs, kids.
Bro,
Don't
just
do
up,
drugs.
cracking up, dying,
I
laughing.
think I retract my.
Bro, it was crazy.
Don't
Like
do
I was
drugs.
high as shit, like really in a great mood. Like
Anybody
I said,
have a bad trip from edibles?
I've seen somebody do it.
yeah, I did. I hate
I'm
how-
talking
I'm
about
gonna be honest, man. I still haven't found an edible that really I think got me high.
Edibles
Not
are
yet.
shit for me.
Not yet. And I know niggas say that, but somebody put me on.
Please,
Please.
you got the good edibles.
If
Let
you
me know.
let me know.
Well, I was in Vegas. I was coming back from Vegas, and
Yeah,
it was
you
my
gotta go to
first
the
time.
dispensary.
And I got some from the dispensary, and I thought it wasn't gonna, cause I smoke heavy, so I'm thinking it's not gonna. I low key just wanted to get rid of some of them, so I just ate 3. I literally ate 3, and but I ate them in the span of like half an hour, and I was on the airplane, and I was gone. Like
I wanna experience
zooted. That
How
was
was
crazy.
the landing? Wait, how long was the flight?
The flight
5
from
hours.
Vegas like 4.5, 5 hours.
And you slept the whole time?
Yeah, I'm going to
That's-
Vegas tomorrow.
That's
yo.
you up,
Oh, that's
bro.
good. Happy to send you off.
Shout out to Vegas. We're talking
you gonna
about
do out
it.
there,
We're going
Coke?
there tomorrow.
Nah, my boy, he's having a gender reveal.
Oh, shout out to your boy. You think you hoping for a boy?
Yeah, man. Hopefully.
Yo,
Hopefully it's not dangerous.
I'm gonna go see
What?
Don Baby tomorrow, Thursday.
Oh wow.
That's tough. Shout out to DJ.
Yeah, shout out to DJ.
Nah, I say the dangerous part. Some niggas be doing some wild shit, blowing shit up, starting fires,
Nah.
losing limbs.
Limbs.
I would
Hopefully
hate.
they gonna pop a balloon or some shit.
Losing limbs?
Oh nah, it's some hard
Mexico
stuff.
burrs?
Bro, Google.
I feel them, bro.
Google. What is it? Gender reveal horror stories.
I don't.
You'll find out niggas starting fires.
But
That's very
fireworks sound dope, bro.
Bro, my brain.
That's
I'm
very
having very
You
expansive.
ever saw the RDC World?
They was shooting niggas. If I shoot somebody, I'm blue with your boy. If I shoot somebody,
They had like C4s and shit.
hell, you said it's not working.
What? That nigga got me high as shit.
It was wild.
Bro, my bad, bro.
I think. Oh no, I still got some left.
Bro, I'm
That's
like
for the fan. That's for
babysitting.
the
I'm
fan
too
questions.
tapped.
Though, you feel me?
I'm on again. What's next?
What's next? To be honest with you, that's all I had, bro. Yeah, I just appreciate the company. I like the conversations we was having.
Right.
Keeping it a bean. I just enjoy the company.
Do you have anything you want to share?
Shit,
Bro,
I was
you
talking-
said remember we was talking off camera. You was like, where you at now and all that stuff you got that's coming. Like talk about what you talk about the difference from when we spoke previously.
Are you talking about like where my business is kind of elevated to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you, yourself in general. You feel me?
Man, I feel like we on like personal shit. I don't really want to talk about the business. It gets so boring to me. And like I feel like I be in the business all day. Huh?
I said I'm with you. It was fun. We was having fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I only, man, we leveling up in 2022. Everybody, I hope everybody's leveling up. My account is black. I'm hoping to kind of maybe get some new designs. That's something I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking about an NFT project, African American figures. For
Don't spill all the bees now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's.
Don't spill all the bees now.
Right, yeah, I know, because motherfuckers will run with that. Hopefully y'all lose this footage and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, but
Nah, the nigga got fired last time. So.
oh, for real?
No, he's
that would be me.
Yeah.
I'm
nigga
about to say there is someone missing.
It is.
No.
Wayne
He's
said
not
right
even-
hand in a minute.
He's not even here no more.
On this earth. Well, he on this earth, not on this plane.
He not around no more, bro.
He interdimensional.
He fucked up.
Fucked up, like off the PCP?
Bro,
Nah, he's crossed into a different plane.
you never go here from a weekend.
Allegedly.
Nah, this
You or anybody else.
Damn. Dude, that's
Yeah,
so.
you lose footage, you lose your life.
That's so.
I ain't
That's,
say that.
I
I'm about to say that
That's
sound like a court case.
Yeah, he trying to go to jail. I ain't say that.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
No,
I
I'm not saying
You scared of jail, bro?
Was that like?
don't want to be there.
That shit sound like Bel Air. Nigga sent them to Bel
Yeah,
Air.
you Jeffrey, bro.
You scared to go to jail?
Absolutely.
You are?
You don't sound like it.
No. Let me clarify. Let me clarify. I'm
We
scared.
took that nigga over the footage. I did it.
I'm scared of what I'll become.
What, gay?
Nigga, that's it.
Nah, bro, I'll become like a murderer in jail, bro.
Stabbing niggas up.
Yeah, bro, like, just out of nowhere. There's no way. Because the alternative of becoming gay is like, nah, I couldn't even be close to that again, bro. So I gotta be the most sternest, hardenest, killerest, murderous nigga you ever seen in
Yeah,
the
especially if I already got life, I'm gonna probably try to make them kill me.
Bro, not even life, bro. You send me to jail for any petty crime. It's the last time you will ever see me unless I get cleansed.
What?
Bro, so
Bro,
you get jail for like
no,
6
no.
months. We
Look
never
at
seen
me,
you.
bro.
Bro, it's 6 and
6
6.
months. Just do push-ups for 6 months.
Right.
Straight.
You don't even get a rap for like the first 30 days, so.
Alright, bro. I'm not saying I'm gonna start trouble. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying my.
But when
my
something
power-
happens, you gonna kill
It's
him.
absolutely exactly.
I feel you.
No,
No, I
any
agree,
minor,
I agree.
small
I
inconvenience.
agree.
And you
I
gotta
agree.
and you gotta leave.
You gotta die.
And you gotta also leave with a level of like the chip on your shoulder, or motherfuckers is always gonna test you too.
Listen, man. Well, I'm not in jail.
You know, you been doing push-ups for 60 days, nigga. What's your problem?
Nigga,
I don't know.
drop and give me 50 more then, nigga.
Nah, you just gotta mind your business, bro. Regardless if it's jail or not, I think for the most part, niggas is kind of just like niggas. If you kind of mind your business and do your thing, niggas really ain't gonna fuck with you. If you be cordial, rock out, you mind your business, niggas ain't really gonna fuck with you.
You think they ask for directions in jail?
Nah, I think.
What you mean?
I think.
Direction plan, nigga. It's a floor plan on the whole.
Nah, I think niggas really probably just get that from themselves. Niggas is more cordial than you think. I think.
Bro, they gotta live with each other.
It's
bro.
like if we in here,
Like, we gotta live
you
together,
got
bro.
roommates all the time, bro. Like, it's what's up, bro. Like, especially it might be if it's just like a county job, you probably know the nigga.
Right, or know somebody who know him. Like, we gotta live here, bro. We can't fight every day.
But I mean, it is super broad niggas that's like, yo, this how we live. You feel me? And
So what you gonna do when that nigga step to you?
I'm gonna punch you in his face.
I'm doing what I gotta do. You're not taking my shit, but
Bro, ain't no way we like you said, we both gotta live in here, right? There's no way I'm gonna live in here like a bitch.
yeah, that's
Come
also
on, man.
like a
Exactly.
fact.
So something
But
going
I'm
happen.
not gonna kill the
So listen,
nigga.
why not, bro?
Oh my gosh.
He you don't know he in here for a reason. You don't even know this nigga yet. You gotta kill him. If y'all get into an altercation, you gotta kill him.
They should give prisoners name tags and a crime right on their shirt.
I like that idea.
My name's Stick. I'm in here for grand larceny. My name Hank. I'm in
You gotta
here.
think about
I'm a
shit.
triple murderer.
You triple murder.
Triple homicide. Triple
Jesus.
homicide.
No, I killed triplets at one time.
Yeah.
I'm a triple murderer.
I killed 3 triplets.
Triple homicide. So you
In
just killed 3
in
niggas.
3 cities.
Put up in the house and ran down. Killed 3 people. Bang. Triple homicide, grand larceny. So what you gonna do if he try to bitch you? Triple homicide.
Oh man. What was my crime again?
Grand larceny. You little thief.
But you a grand thief.
Not just a thief.
So wait. So what did I say? So grand larceny gotta be and becomes a monetary thing, right? So something at a certain price level, you gotta become grand larceny.
Probably.
What do we think that? What's that number?
What you want to be? What kind of thing? You want to be a jewel
I think
thief?
grand
I think
larceny
it's like
probably
it's like over 100K.
So,
It's a very
so
small.
you
number.
just
I'm
ran to
like
the
that.
jewelry shop and smashed the glass and tried to run away and got caught.
That's like a jack boy. I ain't that.
Cause like, yeah.
Oh, so you was like an intricate bank robber.
I'm like an international art thief. You feel me? Like I'm.
You said pimp.
You an international art
I
thief?
mean, you feel me? That's,
Would you dabble in the black market?
I'm still in the Constitution. It's like national
You watch
treasure.
that chart?
Basically.
It's like national.
Constitution's not art. It's an artifact.
It's
Art,
valuable.
it's the art in it.
You know what type of guy he is. Come on,
It's
you see
valuable,
you
but
see
it
what
ain't
he
art.
is.
It's not art.
I gotta
It's
go. I
not as
gotta.
valuable as you.
I mean, I guess it's art. 'Cause it's
Nah,
written
So
word.
what if I commit
It's
that
an
crime? What are
artifact.
they gonna charge me with?
Huh? You said what?
So if I steal the Constitution, what they gonna charge me with?
Big fuck around.
They
They
gonna
kill you with
They actually charge you with treason,
They
bro.
gonna charge me with
Treason.
They might get you treason,
Yeah,
bro.
they just gonna make
nigga.
you
You had to like
They ain't
break into
charging
a
you.
state building to get that,
Yeah,
bro.
you-
You ain't making out of that.
Yeah,
They
You
gonna
know.
make you walk the plank.
They ain't gonna.
You overboard. They gonna do exactly what y'all did at that 5th member.
Exactly.
Damn, man.
Exactly.
Who
So
shall not
think
be
about
named.
how hard.
Keep that in mind.
There's like, I probably should be saying this, but there's like tunnels and shit under Washington D.C. like with the old sewer system.
You shouldn't be saying this. Is this
Nah,
privileged information? Did you get this from us?
They told him this like his first week of Navy training, and he been running.
I seen this on the History
Like
Channel, bro. This was on the History
classified.
Channel.
Okay, what's in these tunnels though?
Nah, like they secure now, but
It's
before.
rabbits.
Nah, they're empty tunnels. There's like tunnels as big as this room, like all the way under Washington D.C. It's just like the old sewer system. Before 9/11, 9/11, I'm fried.
No, no, women. Before Don Lemon.
Before 9/11, before I continue, this has no relevance to anything.
We already here, bro. Keep on.
Before 9/11, these tunnels used to be like unsecure and shit like that. So niggas theoretically could be able to go and sneak and steal the Constitution from under these tunnels. Like these would be tunnels like under.
Are they connected? Well, why would they be able to get
connected.
to the Constitution?
Because these tunnels lie under like the state buildings, the White House, all those main buildings.
Yeah, it's just a tunnel though. There ain't no like
there's
no hole. It's a manhole. Like
they're
in the bottom of an oval
tunnel.
You
cut
it under there because it's a sewer system that
lies under. Acme. This is not Looney Tunes. You can just cut the motherfucking ground.
Yeah, like
the president fall into
bro.
Yeah, that sounds.
You good?
What about takers type of? What about takers
How
type?
you think they make tunnels?
What about takers type deal? Like,
So niggas is about to just.
He said theoretically, so this was implying
an
an extremely sophisticated heist.
Exactly. I'm not saying you and a band.
Now,
what is that sophisticated?
I don't know, bro. I'm not grand. I haven't committed to grand larceny yet. Give me some time.
Anybody sophisticated enough ain't trying to do it.
That's like the most secure building on earth, bro.
Anybody sophisticated enough does not want to do it.
Yeah, it's no way to
depends on the prize, bro. If it's worth it enough.
What's the prize? Anybody sophisticated enough got enough money to do it.
You might as well
break
into the White House.
They don't even see the utility.
Bro, at this point, it's not about the money. It's about the statement, the legacy I'm leaving. I ain't rapping.
What you gonna leave the signature there too?
I'm gonna leave now.
Niggas,
like not just signature.
They gonna leave you under the jail, right? After you get out of that tunnel, they gonna put your ass under the jail too.
And then I'm gonna break out of there.
Okay.
That's the encore.
Hardcore killer. You gonna be.
Nah, I wasn't a hardcore killer. I'm an international heart thief.
So
no, but after you get in the jail, you gonna have to be stabbing.
So long story short,
what you gonna do with triple
homicide? I've already broken out of jail. I just said that, so he's never approached me at all.
So you broke out of jail the first day?
I was never there.
Talk to
I was
on the arrest. Not you?
Yeah, right?
I can't give a ball to just now. Like, really
that nigga went to jail, broke out the first minute.
He never got arrested by him.
He was like, alright, see you later, buddy. Niggas in cuffs, like. You didn't even go to trial, did you?
So what you go to jail for?
I didn't go to jail. This is your story about breaking into.
I know Siani went to jail.
I'll be an international pimp.
You gonna be an international pimp?
Yeah.
International, that's tough.
International.
That's around the whole world.
So what's like? Are you high end, low end? Because listen, because you gotta because it's two business methods. It's
not really.
Nah, low end, that's like human trafficking.
Yeah, low end is human trafficking.
High end,
it could be in jail for human trafficking. I'm not saying international pimping. That could that's the biggest scam I've ever in my life.
Wait, time out. Did we just realize when we said all of it is human trafficking? You know that, right?
What's stand on it? What's stand on it, pimp?
He said low end. No, all of it is human trafficking.
So you went into it knowing that's what you was doing.
Exactly. But no. It could be on some like Goose Bigelow shit. I could be a willing participant. It doesn't have to be.
Nah, I don't think he was referring to himself.
No, I'm saying like, what if my workers are willing participants?
Let me tell you,
willing participants.
The ability to persuade someone to do something that's against the law in this way is still
What if I'm saying
not only
sell my body for money.
Trafficking.
What if I want you to manage me?
No.
As I sell my body for money or some Deuce Bigelow shit.
You always take these bad stances.
It's not a stance. It's just a theory. I'm just saying.
What's legit?
He basically saying like, yo,
bro, if I wanted to sell my body,
and he needs somebody to manage the calendar for him,
and if I want to manage my calendar,
I'm already trafficking myself as a human. So if I have a person who manages me, they're participating and they're complicit in human trafficking. I'm trafficking myself as a human being.
Put it like that, but it's not negative to us.
Why is it not negative?
Because I want to sell myself.
Because I want to sell my flesh.
He said he a capitalist. He said he a capitalist. And he capitalizing off of his body.
It's still human. Yeah, people say
I'm
sex work is work, and and then the next breath be like, stop human trafficking. It's like,
but I'm not a
shut
human
up.
trafficking.
Yes, it is.
Those two
what is human trafficking?
I think human trafficking involves like a third party
money
of some sort.
No, it involves money and an exchange of sexual.
I think it's against
the will of prostitution.
And then let's say
prostitution is human trafficking.
No, but like against time out. Like against your will. Now you're dealing in the underworld. So you're telling me that some women want to do it. It is time out. Let me get this whole statement off real quick. So some women, it's in their will to do it. They're saying like their comrades up the street. They know for a fact that it's not in their will to do it, but they gonna move with them. They know how the game work. They know sometimes they gonna get fucked over the same way that they friend. But it's not against my will, but for them it's kind of like this is a slippery slope. It's just all underworld dealing. You really never gonna find honor amongst that where some people are just
class. There's a high.
No, it's not.
No,
because the whole dealing is just it's underhanded.
I think there's a disconnect between what I'm saying.
What do you mean it's all underhanded?
But listen.
You can't redeem that.
He's saying he just want to sell some dick.
Is that what you want to do?
No, that's not saying what I want to do. I'm saying if Hank wanted to do that.
Well, now you don't say if you want to do hypothetically.
Get it off of me because I'm narrating this story.
All
if
right.
Hank wanted to sell penis,
you for that reason.
listen. If Hank wanted to sell penis, right?
The biggest goat.
If Hank wanted to sell penis,
I appreciate that.
Right, and he willingly said, "I for income, I want to pay my bills. I'm good with just fucking bitches all day, and they gonna pay me for that." And my schedule got so busy, and I needed help with my scheduling and my billing and my calendar. And he paid James.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I man.
To handle that, I don't think that's a negative and that's dirty.
And the
only negative part is that it's technically illegal because prostitution is illegal. But those are other things in this world that are illegal that niggas still do. I'm not.
So my whole thing with that is like, sure, if anything were ever to be that simple, right? Then sure. But you gotta realize that when you're dealing with that type of life, that type of world, there's so much other things that come with it that just make it so where it's one, not that simple. There's gonna be more parties involved. There's gonna be more drugs involved. There's gonna be more mental health issues, more situations where niggas might be accused of rape, might be accused of sexual crimes. So all of those things are gonna come into play, and then you're always drunk, you're always doing drugs in the midst of this. How are you even like really like governing yourself in that whole thing?
Yeah.
Like how are like
and by law you wouldn't be like
forget the law because the law like we know
I'm saying even by law there if someone is intoxicated to a certain amount they can't consent.
Right.
So technically if this person is
and a lot of these people and not even these people as a bad thing, a lot of people who are in that life are naturally just going to be drugged up, sedated all the time. So they can't consent ever. And now you laying with a person that can't consent to the point where you blurring your lines of morality. Because now you done probably lay with a motherfucker that's half dead. But this is just a par for the course in this joint. So it's like, to what limit are you gonna do that? That's why I say I don't say it because like I feel like I'm above it. Because niggas have had mindsets where it's like, yo, niggas just wanna fuck all day, like. But that's you kind of find like where that shit just becomes extremely toxic in your own way. And you can imagine, like, if a motherfucker's really in that life, that shit is just dangerous. It's just a dangerous life.
Yeah, that's a scary life. I wouldn't want to be a paid dick for hire. That's
it's dangerous, boy.
I don't know where to go from there. You got any fan questions?
We do. The very first is, what are you trying to prove to yourself? Shout out to the fans out there that is coming through with great questions.
This is for me.
For everybody. You can go first if you like.
Yes,
you gotta
you can
think about
definitely
it.
kick us off.
What am I trying to prove to myself? I want to become a CPA, so I'm trying to prove that I can pass all 4 sections.
What's a CPA?
A certified public accountant. It's like passing the bar
Okay.
for a lawyer, but for an accountant. That's what I'm trying to prove to myself. And
That's
I'm
tough.
going to
That's
prove
good.
it to myself.
That's big. That's another good move.
What about you?
Personally, bro, gotta prove to myself that I really get buckets. You feel me?
How you gonna do that?
You haven't proved it yet?
You should play in the men's league, bro.
You can play
Nah, so I
That's how you
used to.
prove it.
I was actually thinking about that, but like I only play like once a week now. You feel me? So
what are you gonna do to prove that?
I hope at my homie. He worked at a middle school and he opened a gym on Saturdays and us and just a bunch of niggas come hoop. Maybe some high quality hoopers there. You feel me? So it'd be good sessions. So I know I can still play pretty well. You feel me? But it's just not as good as I needed to be. You feel me? But
You need to start going to team practices and stuff like
I need to just hoop more often, you feel me? Like, a lot of hooping is just rhythm. I know I could do certain things, but I can't do certain things, you feel me? So I gotta do them. And I'm just not doing
that. So
them
you
as
got
often,
butt,
so I
you
just
got
gotta
the
hoop more.
sharpest. Okay.
Yeah. Before? You ever booked somebody before?
Like that, like
Yeah.
open neck, no respect.
See, culture-wise, bro.
Yeah.
Explain the game that y'all used to play.
Snatchies. It's like Snatchy Friends.
Come on.
It's called Snatchy Friends. It's like you just
Listen.
it and you eating, like you eating food and somebody just like near you, just like grab your food.
Give me the Skittles.
Or, like,
Snatch.
yeah,
Snatchy.
yeah, just like that.
Instead of just being like, bro, let me get some Skittles.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm a
yeah.
That's such human convention and tribal like type of thing.
It is. It really is, because my tribe ain't falling for this shit. Because I was just thinking,
My tribe
like,
go to war.
yeah, like if a nigga, I don't fault niggas for smacking food out of my hand, absolutely. Like my neighbors, homies. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
no,
bro.
that's disrespectful.
Wow.
But
Because you gotta prove that point.
also, somebody putting their hands on you should be disrespectful, taking the same way. So, open the.
Nah, but we know, because nobody really, they not smacking you hard. It's just a little, for me, little funny little.
Open neck, no
No
respect.
respect, come on.
Just a little
You
embarrassing.
lacking.
Now you taking my food.
But now, yeah, come on.
You
taking my food.
You taking something out, like,
You taking food out my
when
stomach?
you good at
He said
this,
It
You
get
taking food out my family mouth, nigga?
it get
That's
real
exactly what it's hurting.
tribal. You feel me?
now it's just.
Cause now my kids can't eat cause you just slapped that on my hand.
You feel me? Back
Nigga.
in the
Niggas take that shit
Yeah.
to the furthest extent.
Yeah, you gotta get stool.
So,
What up?
anybody else trying to prove something to themselves?
Nah.
I get rasped as well.
Wait, did the Celtics win again?
They
Oh wait,
this
for the
one won.
no, they didn't even win the first game.
No,
So they won this game though.
Yeah, this one up.
Oh, so you shout out to them. I thought it was looking bad after that first season.
What other questions we got?
Tips on how to stay away from toxic people.
Nigga, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
So how do you
Anything's possible.
so how do you deal with toxic people?
What if you're the toxic person?
So what?
So how you gonna stay away from toxic people when you attract people like yourself?
So
How can you tell if you're toxic?
From toxic people.
That's
Get your
that'd
shit
be-
together.
How does one look in the mirror and say I'm toxic?
Improve yourself, huh?
How
How does
does
one look in the mirror?
and say
What
I'm
about the
toxic?
people that look them in the eye and say, "Yo, you're toxic,"
Yeah.
and then you look in the mirror like, "Damn, am I toxic?"
Should you believe everything
Nah, you
everybody
gotta be
say
down
about you?
bad if a nigga look you in the face and say, "Yo, you toxic."
Do you
gotta-
care that
Or
much about
give
what
you
other people say? Or
Down
is that
bad.
what
You
makes you
just
toxic?
gotta do some
I don't know.
dumb
I
shit.
don't think so.
Does not caring about what other people think about you make you toxic?
To a
Nah.
degree.
Kinda, sorta.
Because
Yeah,
a
that's
toxic
morality.
person, because would a toxic person think Like, I'm not.
If you really don't care about what people
said.
think about you, if you're
You
comfortable naked, you would walk outside naked. So nobody is really not thinking about what other people think about them.
There's
like
always societal norms that kind of govern certain things that we do.
But then
on purpose, though.
Y'all niggas is crazy.
Some people.
No, we're not crazy.
Some people like
only people who are crazy think that you're wearing clothes right now.
Nah, listen. I agree.
Some people like to tip those lines
She
of
just
norms.
said being butt ass nigga.
Nah, I agree. I agree with him 100%. Because y'all niggas is crazy.
Some people like to tip those lines of norms, right? Because what is those norms constructed off of? You feel me? What civilizations? You feel me? Some people say like my ancestors walked around half naked all the time.
Okay.
So why?
But why are you talking about that?
I don't know.
I don't know why it's rules that to come off in this conversation.
I don't know.
Well, if we're giving the bare bones simplest example of why people are affected by other people's perception, that's a very easy one for people to understand.
And that's why I said it.
I agree with it.
It's always easiest to use a simple example as opposed to a complex one, because we can all understand that not nobody. There are people who go outside butt ass naked, but not everyone is willing to go outside naked because of what people are gonna think about them.
Speaking of that, right? No cap. On my way home from work, like last Sunday,
his ass was out at.
He said, "Look, waiting at these pants all day."
I was driving down 676, right, and I was by like almost like the Kane Avenue exit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this John standing on her car, pulled over, bro, butt ass naked, holding some sign up.
What the sign say?
We talked about this before.
She was
like
crazy. It was like a nigga out there that had the lane shut down, and there was some guy out there. He just like didn't know what he was supposed to do with her. Like you should. He was just like
Jerry.
You just seen him.
And think about it,
bro. The sign will put all this into perspective, though.
I don't know, bro.
But think about it, right?
It's 76. I'm be honest. I'm doing like 80 down there.
You're not going to stop him.
And I'm not turning around.
I mean, if you see her naked,
and I'm gonna be honest,
it
was extremely unappealing.
But that's what I'm saying.
So her naked
that's
body.
The point I'm making.
It was so bad.
You should automatically think
she was built like
you should automatically think
that big girl that
if a motherfucker does that, regardless if
she was built like a silverback.
Here, perfect point. Perfect point. If we shouldn't listen to societal norm, then how come if a person does that, it's automatically indoctrinated in our mind that there's something off about them?
I absolutely thought she was crazy.
Right. Immediately. You don't. But it's not that
it's
not
that sign was that important.
It's the time and the place that she's at, and the fact that she's naked. That makes her off. If she's in her bedroom with a sign and no one can see it, there's nothing wrong with it. But because she's on 676, butt ass naked with a sign that you couldn't read and it looked unappealing, you're not thinking about her as a sane person that you want her on the Go Talk podcast.
It could have been some like political.
If you come through the pod,
if you see me in that same situation, like, yeah, he's no longer allowed back on the pod based on his conduct.
Like, oh yeah, he chose homelessness.
Yeah, he chose homelessness and nakedness, and he's drunk right now.
Yeah, I don't want him to pull up here like that.
Imagine he
might
just
pull up naked.
come about his skin, like he thought it was okay.
Yeah, that'll probably be it for you. That'll probably be it for you.
There you go. That's why people's perceptions of it are important. Right.
I will say.
Right.
I will say also.
If I could, I'd walk around shirtless all the time.
I will say also, you define yourself low key based off of everything around, not everything around you, but of things that you observe. So there is no way within defining yourself there's not some level of you didn't learn something from somebody. That in itself is a judgment. Like you're judging what somebody did and saying, okay, that's good. Because it's an observation, but you actually went through with it. You know what I'm saying? So nobody actually literally lives on Earth and doesn't think about what the next human being might be thinking about what they're doing.
You know why I said that's crazy though? Because you was like, when we was talking about the Meg John, y'all was like, why she even addressing what they saying about her? And when y'all said, and when you came out here and you started this conversation, I was just like, that's crazy.
The hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy, bro. Because I agree with what y'all said, but that would apply to that too, wouldn't it?
What?
Because people care. People care about what people.
Yeah.
Context of it was like when she did some interview with Gary.
Yeah, but that was okay.
In the interview,
yeah.
she addressed what people were saying about the situation,
Right.
and they came over here like she didn't even ask her about that. Why she addressed that? And I'm like, that's what people been saying to her, and they like, why she even care what people saying to her? Like, yeah. And I'm like, what?
That's important. But people, I feel like people.
Especially on a large scale like that.
I think what people often do with celebrities is like they'll dehumanize.
Wait, but she actually said on the interview that she didn't care what people said. So
But
that's just a
defense
mechanism. That's a
yeah,
defense
I know
mechanism.
that. I know that, and
So
that's
then-
what we were
Why you
talking
bringing
about.
it up,
Though.
nigga?
No, but like if we know there's a defense mechanism,
Exactly.
why poke at the whole of it when we know that's what it is? You should not like you gotta feel bad for it.
Exactly.
But we
That
all
part.
but you could.
I
Like
mean, you
you don't have to. I'm not making you feel bad for it, but I'm just saying you can feel bad because you know clearly that this is something that's eating at her and it's like something that she's dealing with and she's trying to make it seem like she's not. But it's always our first thought, oh, because they got money or something. See? And she's saying it don't even bother her. We know it's bothering her.
No, that wasn't even. That was wow. We were talking about that because of the NDA.
No, I mean even the first time that like we talked about the situation, that's what was said.
Yeah.
And
But long story short, you said that everybody innately cares about what other people cares about them.
exactly.
Like feels about them. And I think that's a human
Psychology.
that's a characteristic of
Big
everybody.
ego, super ego. That's the super ego.
I agree. 1000%, bro. You preaching. Yes.
Thanks for that question. What else we got? Keep them coming. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to the goats out there tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if we answered this question. Do you have any favorite types of beer?
Types of beer.
Yeah, mine's. I got a couple.
Corona.
I like root beer.
I fuck with Corona.
I like root beer.
Feel me? I fuck with the
Ginger beer?
Never had ginger beer before.
That's crazy.
I don't really fuck with beer. Beer stinks to me, so I don't want to drink it.
Beer.
So what's your favorite cheesesteak spot?
Lit ones.
What's go?
Like outside of a corner
Lit ones?
store,
Lit ones
like outside of a corner
course.
store is the best place to get a cheesesteak.
Lit ones. That's a restaurant.
Best.
It's on DoorDash, bro. So stop it. You can't get no.
Bro, Lit Ones is disqualified.
Somebody's house can be on
Why?
DoorDash.
Because it's Lit Ones. Like, it's a corner store, bro. Like,
No, he said it's a restaurant. If that's what you feel,
It's
that's
a
what you
restaurant,
feel, bro.
it's a corner store, bro.
It could be a
Why is it
restaurant
disqualified?
because
Because it's a corner store, bro.
It's a restaurant.
Is it not good?
It's great, but it's better cheesesteaks. Like, it's good for the bar of being at a corner store.
so it's the
But if
best.
fucking G.O.A.T gave you a Lit Ones level cheesesteak, you
It's
be like,
the best corner
what's
store.
up with this
though.
bread? Like, what is this? You will start asking these questions.
It's the best corner store.
You
though. We
start
talking-
questioning everything.
You-
Yeah, if I go to like Hat or
fresh is
somewhere
this
like
steak?
The
that,
fact that he compared
or
the corner store
Corolla's,
to
like-
Chitano's just speaks to like the brilliance
No,
of it,
bro.
right? It's like
No.
that wasn't what I was saying.
No, he
compared
said
to
that
real
he
cheesesteak
compared-
places.
He compared the quality. He's saying that the quality of this
it's
spot
extremely
like
like
your
doesn't
bar-
translate to
Yeah,
the
but
best
when we
quality
talking about
of
other
Them
cheesesteak.
G League MVPs don't translate.
like it's great. You
To the NBA.
overseas hooping, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. We talking about the NBA.
Yeah, you
Me
over there talking
personally,
about
and
lit
I
ones.
don't want to.
Lit Ones.
Lit.
I'm like, what is
Your
this?
home team player,
This
don't be
last
He
mad.
said out north.
not disrespectful.
Yeah.
Hood.
I don't want to.
Bro,
I don't want beef with y'all, so
Bro, it's the
I
best
don't know.
corner store in Camden,
We
bro.
whacked your hood out just
Yeah,
now.
right.
It's
Y'all
like-
might- y'all might get. I don't know. This crazy.
Nah, you mad?
What, you know Poppy that run that store? Like,
They got his picture next to the candy.
That wasn't even on my block. You feel me? My block. You feel my nigga Freddy's. They feel
Okay.
so
why you ain't shout them out?
Shout out to Freddie all the
But
time,
they don't
but we
have
gon' nah. But we gonna say like Nibbles was the holy grail, is the holy grail.
Nah, I'd rather get
I
a
don't know,
Corner
cheesesteak.
when I used to
yes.
eat meat, just
But
how
I'd rather
long-
get-
I'd rather get a cheesesteak from Sheridan.
No, you wouldn't.
Do y'all
I'd
like?
rather not
Do
get
y'all like
donkeys.
donkeys?
Donkeys is super straight. It's like right after Nibbles.
I fuck with Ishkabibbles.
It's just that's.
I've never had that.
It's just.
It's
It's two.
It's two.
Yeah, it's two. South Street.
Mm-hmm.
But they got
I'm a fan.
Chick's Deli and Cherry Hill. Got
cheese
What's
fries.
it called?
Chick's Deli.
Chick's Deli. They got good cheesesteaks.
Yeah, smacking.
It's better than Nibbles.
Nigga, I never
Probably.
had no Nibbles. But
It was tomorrow's right out north.
On your lunch break.
Nah, you should definitely get some lit ones, but it's
It's
a corner
like that.
store. It's like that.
But it's a
super
corner
like that.
store, so I
But it's a
mean,
corner store.
expect the
You could get however
Like
you
it's
want it,
super
bro.
like that, bro. It's
You about to say
amazing.
everything you
You
can
gonna
get.
eat it, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, it's great. But keep in mind, we're talking about best cheesesteaks, and it's a
The
corner
quality
store.
of the meat is not even the same. as
Yeah,
donkeys.
like we're
Donkeys-
talking
Even steak
about
on.
a corner
Donkeys is
store.
low-key like undefeated. If we talking about our hood, Camden specifically, donkeys.
They use a steak on. I'm gonna take that 12-minute drive. I'm going to go to the Breads and get some Ishkabibbles.
donkeys.
Yeah,
use
Tom,
chicken
There's a couple
breast.
places in like deep.
I get
South
chicken
that got
cheesesteak at
real
Dunkin'.
good.
They got chicken cheesesteaks at Donkey?
Yeah, they use chicken breast.
Ooh.
It's a game changer.
That's a game
Smacking.
changer. I might
But they
have to
only
try
do that on like when they like not too heavy. Like we don't got too many.
So
customers.
when you get it, let me know. So
I just
let
got
me know when they're
I got
available.
some today.
Today. What time?
chicken breast?
What time was I there?
Chicken breast. Well, yeah, give me chicken breast time.
I was there 10 hours ago.
Chicken breast time.
So,
12
I was there at
o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Okay, $1,200.
Yeah.
Lunch
You
time.
gotta go there in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
We want to go there at 11:50.
Okay. On a Tuesday.
They had
just
a
opened
cup.
though.
It
They opened
says
like 11, right?
bad things happen in Philly. Come to Camden. That's what it said on the cup.
Yeah, I agree with that. They barbarians over there. Camden, it's like the suburbs.
To Philly?
It's like,
Nah, just in general.
Okay.
Just in general.
I want to say
Yeah, bro,
suburbs,
it's a
but
great
it's,
place. It's a great
but
place
it's
to
most
live, raise
definitely
a
like
kid.
big fences.
It's a great place to settle down, raise your kids,
Start a family.
start a family, start a business.
Get a
you feel
puppy.
me?
start a business for
Get
sure.
a puppy, exactly.
Rescue a cat.
All that,
Let's
bro.
get
Foster
Start
a Middle
career.
Eastern kid.
It's just a great place to live, bro.
Get a nanny.
Quality of life is up.
Yeah.
Minivan.
Nah, I'm more of a Fiat type of guy.
Head
If I had
of
to
PTA.
handle PTA. That's the
Equipment manager. Your kid's soccer team. Perfect place.
I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm gonna just.
But I'm
be
just
there.
saying, in Camden, this is the place to do
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's what I was trying to
You wanna
say.
get
You know,
all
you
that.
person.
so real big.
Yeah, I didn't back you into that corner.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna just be there, like, just watching. Like, damn, he dominated. You feel me?
Good stuff, bro. Appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Absolutely.
Big bro Jamal, man. Where can the people find you, get in contact with you? We didn't even say that. Like, how can they reach out to you and get a black accountant?
So you can follow me at Safe and Sound Stewards on Instagram, or if you want a shirt, at My Accountant is Black. My website is www.safeandsoundstewards.com. You can email me at safeandsoundstewards@gmail.com. You can call me at 609-792.
Oh, you give them all that soldier boy.
Yeah, because that's that's on my business card.
Run it back.
609-792-3625. So if you want to call my business line, need a quote, just want to do a free consultation.
We did just want to talk to you, like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Is it like a crisis line?
What if they just want to know how your day's going?
Man, don't call me. Do not call me for that. My
Get
lady
some
gonna be
phone
like,
booth
why
shit.
is niggas calling you for no reason?
His dog just got kidnapped. And we go help him.
Alright, I'm gonna hit you back.
You wouldn't feel like, wow, that's thoughtful. Somebody you got to call one day from that number or on that phone. And it was like, hey, is this Jamal Simpson Stores? And you was like, yeah. And it was like, man, how your day go, man? You doing good?
I'm gonna think.
You gonna think that's going into the conversation?
I'm gonna think like the lady that was naked at 676 called me. Like it's gonna have to be a character like that.
You thinking it's a great?
Hey man, I need you to be the best man in my wedding.
No, bro. Don't be that genuine.
Don't be that genuine. That's fucked up. People got low expectations.
Why would you? Why? No.
Yo, people just gotta be kind, bro. We gotta spread love.
We don't have to call me.
Hey brother Marlene, just checking on you.
Right.
How's it going? Like no, bro.
Same time next week. All right.
Make sure you try that lit ones. It's pretty good.
It's lit ones, yeah. You gotta
It's
stop
lit
saying
wins.
it. Yeah, you gotta stop saying it.
Lip ones is kind of tough. That should be like an insider.
How do you spell lit
I'm
wins?
gonna be honest. It's lit, L-I-T, and wins, W-I-N-S.
Oh, lit wins.
Yeah,
I like that lit wins.
I know you do, bro. I know you like that.
Pause, man.
I
Pause.
seen it on the wrist. Is that because of that?
No. This was
I'm like, that must be habitual. You gotta buy yourself. It's like, what would Jesus do, bracelet?
No, this is this pause is actually about it's about mental health.
Okay.
This was a mental health event. This is about like you know how like you can have a mental pause, really just gain some clarity and just kind of get some oneness. It was like one of those. My girl had through an event and it was all about mental health.
That's beautiful.
And it was called Pause. So yeah.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the running joke.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
When I look at it, I do be like,
Nah, that's. I
pause.
think I would like to think she did that on purpose.
yeah.
Maybe.
Now it's synonymous at this point.
Yeah, she genius. She genius level.
Marketing. Yeah, it's marketing.
She genius level marketing.
Yeah, she put me on a lot of game. She said, pause.
That's hilarious.
And appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate all the fans for tuning in. Like I said earlier, make sure you like and subscribe to the video. You go to the YouTube G.O.A.T Talk podcast. Make sure you put are they periods between them or apostrophes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is abbreviated.
Abbreviated. Make sure you like and subscribe. You share. You leave a comment. Hit that notification bell. For all the goats out there, it's your boy Stick, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Mm-hmm.